the game is really about explosive and over-the-top action. It's an open-world sandbox game. Go anywhere, do anything, steal anything, blow anything up. We think of it as saying yes to the player. Like any kind of question that the player forms in their mind, you know, can I go there? Can I do that? Can I explode that? Can I steal that? We always want the game to say yes, you know, so we put a huge amount of effort into having the simulation and the world set up so that you can just satisfy your every whim. So differences from the first game, like the big one is we were adding co-op, you know, so that was probably the most requested thing from the first game was that people were saying this was great, but we'd love to have multiplayer. So we went ahead and added that.
Yes! Beautiful!
So if I'm playing my game, you want to jump in, you just jump in, and if I'm driving a vehicle, you just appear in my vehicle. If I'm running around the world, you appear next to me. All the freedom and all of the options and the cool stuff that happens in the single-player game, all of that is present in the multiplayer game. It's just the same game with your buddy. The story this time is that you've got a personal vendetta against a guy that you work for early in the game, and so the story is really you leveling an entire country to get back at this guy and get paid. You know, this guy who screwed you in the beginning. So you've got your own personal agenda. You don't have to follow orders. You just got to make money and get paid, and actually hunt down the guy who screwed you over at the start of the game. And this time you actually have your own home base. That was another thing that people really, you know, craved after playing the first game, was that, you know, they wanted a kind of home base, their own HQ that they could kind of fit out and do things. So this time you have your own base. You can recruit mercenaries, and so that's a kind of key progression point in the story, is that you recruit other guys. And yeah, and of course we're bringing back the verification capture kill mechanic, because we know people really dug that. So, you know, there's like 50 targets out there that you can capture for the various factions, and they'll pay you double for a capture, half for a kill, stuff like that. I think we stand up very well in any comparison to GTA 4. I mean, we're actually quite different games. You know, there are similarities, of course, being open world sandbox games, but there's also a lot of differences in that our scope is actually much bigger than GTA 4, I think. I mean, we're an entire country. We have, like, you know, 5 different cities for you to visit, you know, and we have this focus on action and destruction. You know, the first hour of GTA 4, it's an amazing experience, but, you know, you don't really fire a gun for the first hour, you know. But in Mercs, you know, within 3 minutes of picking up the controller, you're dropping a satellite-guided, bunker buster on this target, you know. And it's like, at that point, I was like, all right, these are very different games. You know, if you're a fan of sandbox games, and I know there's a lot of you out there, I think Mercs is a really fresh and interesting take on it. And you know, and if you're a fan of action, and I know there's a lot of you guys too, you know, I think they're two great tastes that taste great together. Coming out August 31st, PS3, 360, PC and PS2. We're really proud of what we achieved. We hope everyone will enjoy it, and go out and buy it.